try and show you guys what I got. I couldn't show you outside the auction place. So, let's see if I can show you here. I'll take everything in the house. They've got everything in boxes. So I'm going to see if I can get them open. I got some of that paper, the end rolls from the newspaper. I got one of them. It's pretty big, slightly heavy. Let's see if I can open this box without destroying. I think this is the trinket boxes. Sound like they're banging around in here. Well, these are pretty cool. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see these. I'm going to clean them up a little bit. They look to be in pretty good shape. Anyway, there's 3 of them in here, so. They don't sell for a lot, but since I have 3 of them, it makes it a little bit more worth it. So, I can just list them as multiple quantity. And then these are trinket boxes. This one's pretty big. I did not realize it was this big. And they put some of the other ones inside it. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this. I need to clean them up. I'm surprised none of the roses are broken. Stuff like this usually ends up broken. So, there's one more in here. Yeah, these need to be cleaned. They're very dusty. Very, very dusty. Well, the last thing is 4 of these. I got 4 of these Lady Godiva, the Godiva chocolate mugs. They're fairly uncommon, so I found a couple listed on eBay, but they've got them priced really high, and I only paid $1 for 4 of mine. So we'll see how those do. And then these are linen napkins. Very nice linen napkins. And then the last thing I got was this little trinket box. It's a hummingbird. And again, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this. I don't want to open this out here and risk it. It's very tiny. I'll put a quarter next to it when I do the photos. So I'm going to package that up better when I get it in the house. Hopefully I got everything on screen.
Hello, Fat Grandma here. If you have not been here before, my name is Paula. I have a very small eBay store. I sometimes have a sale or 2 on Poshmark, but it's very rare. And I generally make a video once a week to talk about my sales, and usually I do that first, and then I will talk about personal things if there's anything going on. You may, for the next several months, be hearing background sounds in here, and it's because my air conditioner is on, and I have one of those floor fans oscillating so that it kind of circulates the air in this room that I'm in. I think you will have seen some footage right before this from an auction that I picked up just a few things, nothing to scream, nothing to go crazy over, just a few little things that I found that I got for really cheap. I think everything was relatively inexpensive. The only thing I paid a little bit more for were the red boxes, the red trinket boxes, and they should sell for enough that it won't matter that I paid up a little bit for those. The rest of the stuff was pretty cheap. So anyway, you'll have seen that footage. I just, every once in a while, I can share with you guys when I pick stuff up from an auction. I picked some stuff up from another one this morning, but I didn't get any footage. A lot of the stuff that I got was not in as good a condition as I expected it to be. And I've had that happen before with this particular auction place. They don't take really good photos, and if there's damage on something, they will turn the object around so that you don't see the damage in the photos, and they don't take a photo from every angle. So, you know, it's very frustrating because these places aren't right down the street from me, so it's not that easy to go in and preview before the auction. And if you can't count on their photos to show any damage, you're kind of at their mercy, and it's a risk, you know. Fortunately, I didn't spend a ton of money. Everything that I got today, I spent a total of, I think it was around $26 with tax and the auction fees and everything. So, you know, and I should be able to make my money back. I'm just going to have to sell some of the things for a lot lower than I would have had to, or than I would have been able to, had they been in better condition. And the photos, I wouldn't have bought them, you know, if I'd been able to see what was wrong. But live and learn, which is apparently that should be the name of my store, because that's what I'm doing. Anyway, so you saw those. I'm going to go through my eBay sales. This was, I think, the worst week I've had since I started selling. And I'm not exaggerating. This was a horrible week for sales. I had 4 sales, 4, that's it. And one of them that I should have made not a lot of money, but a decent amount on, and I'll tell you about that situation. It's the last sale, so then I can break into what happened with it. Anyway, the first sale I had was a Robert Raikes Originals bear. It's a court jester, and this did not have the box or the certificate of authenticity with it. I had it on sale because I put all my plush on sale last weekend. So the person only paid $18.45 for it. They usually go for quite a bit more than that, but again, I didn't have the box, the certificate, you know, the COA, and so I wasn't selling it as high as other people are selling theirs who do have the box. But I made my money back, and I made a little bit of profit. So, you know, but with shipping, it was $28.20. It was a cute item. They're made out of wood. The face and the hands, not the hands, but the feet and the head, the face are wood, and then the rest of it is a plush, you know. But they're really kind of cute. Anyway, I think I paid $5 for that. I'm not positive, but I think that's what I paid for it. So, you know, I probably made, I don't know, maybe $10 in profit. Not much, but I made my money back at least. That's always like, I like to make a little bit of profit so I can cover my packing materials and all that stuff. As long as I make the money back that I paid for something, and I can cover my shipping materials and stuff. Yes, I spent my time, but what else am I doing anyway? So I might as well do this. You know what I mean? If I happen to make more money, yay. And you know, it makes me very happy, and I'm glad when that happens. But if I can just get my money back and cover my materials and my gas and, you know, all of that stuff, then I don't consider it to be a complete loss. So the next item I sold were 2 figurines. They're Yesterday's Child figurines, and they're kind of like a Boyd's Bear product. I think it's the same company. Anyway, I sold 2 of them in a lot. I lotted them up because they weren't worth anything really. And they sold for $6.95 for the 2 of them, and with shipping it was $18.22. They came in a lot with some other stuff, so they probably cost me 50 cents a piece. So I made my money back, covered my expenses, covered my materials and stuff, and probably made a couple bucks. I don't even know. The next item I sold was a Crown Jewel by Corsica mug. and it was a Mediterranean retro flower and paisley is what I put in the description. This mug is the mug that I was packing in the last video that I did, where I popped in to show you guys how I ship my mugs. And anyway, it sold for $11.99, and with shipping it was $23.59. It was pretty heavy, and it was thick. The ceramic was very thick. And you saw, if you saw my last video about the packing, you know how I pack my mugs, it was, I don't know, maybe an inch taller than a normal, just a regular standard coffee mug. I don't know who even uses those anymore, like the normal size mugs, because it doesn't hold enough coffee for anybody that I know. You know, you have to fill it up every 5 minutes. I don't know. And once I get my coffee doctored, because I put a bunch of stuff in mine, you know, then you drink it, it's gone. If you have one of those little baby regular size coffee mugs, I have to have a big coffee mug with a lid so that it doesn't get cold too fast. The last item that I sold this week, because I don't know, whatever, was one of those Lenox porcelain carousel horses, and I sold one of them that I don't think this would have had any damage to it. Some of them had a little bit of damage. It wasn't extremely noticeable. I'm going to double check on this one. No, this one didn't have any damage, but these horses and the lion that I picked up at the same time did not have boxes or the certificates with them. And anyway, and I think I had a sale running. I can't remember, but this person paid $22.94, and with shipping it was $32.56. Now, what happened with this order, and this is something that I was not aware of, and it may have happened to me before and I just didn't notice, but when I looked at the order details on this to see how much profit I made, I noticed that the buyer only paid $7.56 for the shipping, and I paid $13.95 for the friggin' shipping label. And I was like, wait, how did that even happen? Because I do calculated shipping. If they put their address in, this is where, you know, I don't know how many other people know about this, but I will not be sending an invoice to a customer in the future. I'll send them an email to remind them that they need to pay for the item or something, but I'm not going to send them an invoice, because apparently what happens, and I only found this out because I went to the forums. I keep knocking my microphone. You guys are probably, I don't know if it's making a sound or not. Anyway, I went to the eBay forums for help to see if this is something other people ran into, and they said don't send your customer an invoice, because if they change the address, because once they get, when your customer pays you, they can change the shipping address and not even tell you that it's not going to them. You know what I mean? They can change the address to whatever address they want to change it to, but the shipping will adjust, you know, when they do that. If it's a different shipping address and it's a different zip code, then the shipping amount will change according to where they're sending it to. But if you send them an invoice, I guess it somehow, and eBay needs to fix this, it somehow locks in that shipping price for the address that they signed up with eBay for, or with, you know, the address that they use. So for instance, this customer, because I looked at her phone number, because, you know, they have the customer information on the order and stuff, and her phone number, I looked her phone number up, and her phone number belongs to Sholo, Arizona. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense, but the label and the item were shipped to North Carolina. So when I sent her the invoice, eBay thought that the item was shipping to the address that she has on file when she registered for eBay, which is in Sholo, Arizona, which isn't that far away from me. So the shipping was $7.56. But when she got the invoice and paid using the invoice, the price for shipping was already locked in for her address, and she changed the shipping address, but it didn't automatically change the amount for the shipping. So I'm going to contact eBay and find out why they haven't fixed this. Apparently, it's been going on for a while. People have probably talked about it in their videos, but I never noticed anyone talking about it. Um, anyway, so she only paid $7.56, and I paid $13.95. So I lost almost $7 just on shipping for this item, and I think I paid with fees and everything. The horses were, it worked out to about $8 a piece for the horses. So I made $4 on this horse after my cost and after my cost of goods, because I lost money. It would have been, I would have made 11, which still isn't a lot, but at least it would have been, a little bit more than what I paid for the item. If I can at least double my money, then it's better, but when I almost didn't make anything on this sale, and it pisses me off because, that shouldn't happen. Just because I generated an invoice, then when the customer goes in and changes the address, that shipping method that they choose, the amount should correct itself. But apparently the people who do the coding or whatever at eBay don't know what they're doing, and they can't set it up to do that. I don't know. Anyway, again, I'm going to call them. And if I find out anything, or, I'm not going to find out anything. They never tell you anything worthwhile. But I will submit a ticket for it, or call and talk to someone and find out why, or are they working on this? Is this something that can be corrected? And I know a lot of people don't send invoices, but I always have. I mean, not always, but if someone sends me an offer, and that's what happened with this, or I make, send offers to people who have put my item on their wish list, or whatever you want to call it, and that's what I did. I sent an offer to her, and I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I made really no money this week. I think I'm lucky if I made like $10 this week. I don't even know. Like after all my expenses and stuff for boxes and shipping materials and all that kind of stuff, maybe 15 or 20 at the most, 20 at the most, but yeah, and I sold 4 items. So anyway, I think that's it for this video. This is going to be a very short one. How long have we been? 16 minutes. But you will have seen a little bit of footage at the beginning. That was very frustrating. I couldn't figure out what happened at first. I was like, what is going on? When I looked up her phone number and saw that she was in Arizona, I was like, okay, eBay must have charged her according to her address that she signed up with eBay for, I keep getting that wrong. And then when she changed the address for it to go to North Carolina, it didn't adjust the shipping, so, and it needs to. So I don't know. Very irritating. So that's it for my sales. Sorry, there's nothing to talk about. As far as my sales go, not a whiz-bang week for me at all. It's kind of discouraging, and it makes you not want to even waste time listing stuff. And that's what you need to do to generate more activity in your store and to keep things going. But it's like one of those catch-22 things where it's like, well, why bother listing anything if I'm not going to have any sales, because I was still listing things and every day, and the sales just kind of dropped off. So it's like, why bother? I don't know. I'll get back into the swing of things. It's just a little disheartening, and I know that there's peaks and valleys, and this is definitely the lowest valley I've been in since I started selling a year ago. It's been a little over a year now, so it's going to happen though, and the stuff that I sell is so random, and it's not necessity type stuff. So, I'm going to get hit more than people who sell things that people need, because I don't sell, generally the stuff that I sell is not something a person needs, it's something a person would want. And there's a huge difference. If people are tight on money, they're not buying things, oh, I want that, they're buying things that they need. Like maybe they can justify a replacement dish, or like that coffee mug that was $23 with the shipping, that's a lot of money for one coffee mug. And, maybe they justified it because they have one that's broken and they needed to replace it, So I don't know, but for me anyway, if money's tight, I don't go buying things that I just, oh, I'd like to have that. I'm more I'm more cautious, and I'm more conscious about what I'm buying or spending my money on. So, I may have to look at putting some things in my store that are things that people need, more than I have, but that's not going to happen until I move and I have more space and I can be more organized. And, you know, um, for right now, it's just kind of this is what I'm doing. It gives me something to do, keeps me busy, and and then I can do my little videos once a week. And thank you to any new subscribers. Again, I'm amazed every time I get more. I'm going to look and see what we've got. I think I have 110. So, welcome, new subscribers. I hope that this isn't too boring. These videos aren't very exciting lately. If anything new or earth-shattering happens that I want to talk to you guys about, I'll make another video during the middle of the week. But I think that it is it for me for this week, and I will see you guys next week. Have a great week and great weekend, and I will see you next time. Bye.